Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to episode 2 of Confessions of a Musician. My name is Steven, aka King McKinley. You can find me on all the socials, King McKinley _, YouTube, King McKinley. This is where we tell our truths. You know, I did one the other day, and I didn't get too much of a good response. I'm pretty sure people see it, but it's all good. But I'm gonna jump right in. So I had posed a question on my socials, and this is for us musicians, right? Because this is who I'm talking to. I care about you guys, because I am you. I am one of you. So the question of the day was, how did you find out you were snaked out of a gig? So for you don't know fully what snake means, that means kind of like undercut out of a gig. That means that you were on it, then somebody came up behind you and then kind of coerced their way into it, thus kicking you out. And I got a couple good, nice, juicy responses, and I'm just gonna kind of run through them. All right, so and then kind of react to it, because there's a couple of them here that was pretty nice. All right, so one guy said, waking up in the morning, getting a call from my sister telling me the band I was in at the time is on the local morning news performing. Why aren't you there? Yep, pretty harsh to find out that you've been replaced without anybody with the guts to tell you beforehand. What? So my man is in a band. They're on a local morning show playing with said band, and he's not in there. He finds out by his sister that just so happened to be looking at the show and asking, "Where are you?" Wild. And my man said he was a regular member. So that's a whole other level of debauchery there. Going to one rehearsal with a singer, called to confirm the band time for the band rehearsal, just to be told they booked someone else to play. Didn't want to tell me until that person confirmed. Apparently, they were cheaper than $100 they were paying. I was like, what? $100? My man was probably paying for free. Terrible. When I showed up to the venue and saw two on the Kiss soundtrack, my man pulled up to the gig. They didn't even say nothing to him. He drums in hand and somebody else was on the kit. That's wild. Was told gig was canceled and the horn player called me for the keys to the songs. Said that they were still playing the gig with the singer's boyfriend taking my spot. Yo, that is trash. I'm like, if you don't want somebody, just say that. Just say that. Like, we all grown. Like, I know some of y'all scared of confrontation. I was at one point scared of confrontation. But if you don't want somebody, just say that. Anyway, my man said, I've never been snaked out of a gig. I did a snake. He said, I've never been snaked out of a gig. I do the snaking. That sent me left field. My man, out of control. I was a fill-in for a touring musician. He got word that they wanted to hire me because he was always out. I missed a gig because he didn't tell me he'd be out. To them, a no call, no show. Never got a call back after that. Yo. So the man was filling in. They find out that they're doing a gig. They're trying to hire my man. And the guy that was regular didn't tell him that he was going to be out, knowing that he was going to be he was supposed to be filling in. So he's like, if he don't come, if he's not told that he's filling in, then to them, and he doesn't show up for the gig, that means he's no call, no show. But I mean, I think a lot of that stuff is just a phone call for real. That's just a phone call. But people be trash. Definitely social media or someone that went to the gig I was regular with the act and then text me. Okay, maybe I need to read that a little bit better. Watching TV and seeing the show that got quote unquote canceled in quotes live and in color. Now that gotta hurt. Cause that's the thing. Like when we out here, and then especially like TV stuff, like we want to be seen. We want to be able to archive that. Like, yeah, I was on Jimmy Kimmel. I was on this show. I was on that show. I was on this and this. And then that's trash. I was told to my face, classic. Well, that's better than some of these other ones. Social media, I was told gig was canceled and day after show saw video. Yo. My man said I got called back to do it again after not getting the job. Man. Somebody followed up. Price just went up at that point. He was like, bingo. I know that's right. I know if you dump me off a gig, you hire somebody else, they don't work out just for you to call me back. Oh, it's you definitely paying up. When he got fired from said gig and I got called to come back and save it, same thing. Price is going up. When they posted a pic with my client at the annual event with their arm around the client's shoulders like they're at a family reunion. From then on, I use a non-compete form, and it never happened again. I know that's right. Like, yo, you ain't gonna snake me. If you want me, book me. Deposit in hand. Man, I'm telling you, it's treacherous. It's treacherous out here, especially for us musicians. I can't call that I've ever gotten snaked, like undercut out of a gig. I definitely got replaced many times, and that kind of leads me into my personal confession. Now, this is the thing. A lot of these stories happen like early in my playing years. Like, again, I've been playing for like well over like 20, close to 25, if not 25 years, 25 years. And a lot of my stories start from when I was like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that. Cause I swore that I was good. I was okay, but now thinking back, I was I was not that good. I was just okay. I knew how to play. And there's a difference between knowing how to play, and then being good, or then being good and being great. And like, those are just different categories altogether. So, my confession. So, back in the day, I couldn't tell you like how long ago. It had to be at least 10 plus years, because I've been in Atlanta the last 10. And then, so maybe 15 years ago. I'll call it that. 15 years, maybe 16, 17. I'm definitely in my 20s. So I go to this, my brother, he went to Temple University. Shout out Temple. He got a part of the Temple gospel choir. And I got on. I didn't play. I didn't go to Temple. But they really didn't have a musician. I believe who was the director played keys, and I don't think they really had like a steady bass player or drummer or guitar player. So my brother, he played guitar. I came in and played bass. So again, we're going to these rehearsals, right? Going to the rehearsals, real cool, real nice. Actually, it was his son played drums. Now that I think about it, his son was young, but he was pretty. I mean, I think he held it down. But anyway, going to the rehearsals, and then at this time, I didn't even have a car. I'm in there jumping on SEPTA public transportation with my bass bag and this little practice amp, going to these rehearsals. Again, no big deal. The choir got asked to do this gig, do this event or whatever. I don't know what it was. It might have been like a musical. And Philly steady doing musicals. So Temple Gospel Choir went to I think it was like Enon Baptist Church, and we were up there. Mind you, I've been to rehearsals, gone to the know the songs, I guess. Go to the church, choir up, right? We in the pit, and then next thing I know, the director motions to this guy. I don't know if I knew him at the time, but I just knew that this guy just rubbed me the wrong way. Like in other interactions that I had, I don't think I had interactions with him per se, but it was just he just rubbed me the wrong way. A lot of times it was the attitude, and it was just real. He had just real arrogant, just it had just real arrogant air about him. Because he was in this circle. I ain't gonna drop those names, but he was in the circle of musicians that were like the top tier, upper echelon of musicians. We all know who those people are. So he was in that circle. So I remember. So we're at the thing at the event. I don't even know if I played. I had my Mexican Fender, and the director. I don't know if they were in mid song or like in breaks in between songs, but I just remember him motioning over to this guy to play the song that he did not rehearse, did not go over, to take my bass and to play the song. And then all I remember was him. I mean, like, what am I going to do? Like, say no? Like, we're in the middle of the thing. So the fact that he even did that, the director even motioned, I'm like, was I that bad or what? I don't know. Maybe he had a better relationship with him. Like I came on Temple Gospel Choir through my brother, and so I really didn't know the guy. So we, again, at the church, lights on, about to playing the song or about to play the next song. Most of the guy get on the bass just for him to be looking at my bass, and then just with this real ugly, like, smug, like, this joint trash. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting there with the salty face on. And I swear, I did not like this guy. After I already had a my own opinion about the guy from previous interactions, but after that, I was done. I was super salty over the actual event, but just to be like, it was almost like an insult, like a slap in the face. Like, man, this bass is trash. This is that. It was just the way that he looked at it, and then he was all fumbling it with it like this or whatever, trying to figure out the knobs. So, yeah, I got that. I got another story. So, this is another time. This is a time where, so you know how some people put up posts about, I need a bass player, I need a fill-in, right? So on Facebook, mind you, this is a gang of years ago. I couldn't tell you when. I knew I was just younger and inexperienced. So again, I thought, I could play, but I answered this ad. I didn't know the guy. I knew of the guy that was posting. He was like a director of like one of these local churches / choirs or whatnot. So I answered the ad. I was like, I can do it. No big deal. So they sent me music. This is all original music. I never heard this stuff before. And then I'm trying to go over the music, and I'm like sweating. This is I just couldn't retain it. So one of the things I've always had issues with was just my ear, being able to, like, ear training, being able to hear like music and changes, and then just know and memorize, muscle memory, retention, all of that. I've always had an issue with that. I've gotten better, but yeah, starting out, it was stupid long. But anyway, I remember getting to the rehearsal. I don't know if I really knew. I went over the music, and I knew what I knew. And then I get into the rehearsal, and then they're playing the song, and then it sounds nothing like the recording. Nothing like the recording. And at this time, I was the one that was always recording everything. So, I got this little portable recorder, and then I'm just trying to set up just so I can record what they're playing. And mind you, again, me being able to pick up quickly, it was not that was not my strong point. And then we're in the rehearsal. Music sounds nothing like the recording of what I was given originally. And then what the backhand part of it was, they're all boys. They all cool. And all I hear is, man, this is $5. I just remember I remember that like it was yesterday. It's like, man, this is $5. And then the I think the other drummer they talking. It's like something. Yeah, $5. Like I can't believe my man. So, and then all I'm thinking is like, yo, are they talking about me? I said, man, they definitely talking about me. Cause I was fumbling, and then you just see the board player. He just do like one of these like eye rolls, and I was catching all of it, and I again just in that soaking in that just salty, like being talked about in code, like real corny. So, ended up not playing. The guy called me back. It was like, no, how did everything go? Like, bro, how it went. And I just kind of chalked it. So yeah, I was just, yeah, that was definitely salty. Like being talked about in code while you in the same room. Like we grown. And y'all in here playing like kids. But whatever. That's my confession. So I don't have a problem telling my little story. So but again, I'm looking for more content. I want to hear your story. Tell me a time where you got staked. Tell me a time where you got replaced. Tell me a time where you bombed on a gig. Tell me a time where, you got turned away. I don't know. Whatever. We could talk about the good stuff, and we talk about the bad stuff. It just be the stuff that we've gone through. Just be the funniest. Like now thinking about it, it's just be the funniest now. But I've grown up. I think I've evolved to a good bass player. I'm a good bass player. Like I don't think I'm great. Great is like in my mind like Hadrian Farrow, like Mono Neon, like Matt Ramsey, like DW, like Morgan Turner. Like I could just keep naming guys like really, 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 really amazing, phenomenal bass players. But Rodney Jones, like, yeah, good stuff. But yeah, that's what I got. Again, make sure you subscribe. I'm taking a crack at this. So if you got a topic, if you got something you want to talk about, if you got some situations you want me to cast my opinion on, let me know. Find me on Instagram, King McKinley _ Find me on Twitter, King McKinley _ Find me on YouTube, King McKinley. Facebook, if you're still on there. Steven Carrick. But yeah, until next time, I'll see y'all guys.